Hey, Kajaria and Joshua. Kajaria, girl, that's so funny that you even said that. Cause my ankle hurting too right now. That's why I was just like sitting here, like trying to stretch it out. I don't know what that was. Maybe I was feeling your pain, girl. I don't know what you did to yours. How you doing, Joshua? Even though I don't think you in here anymore. Oh, okay then. Girl, be careful. I would say you only got one, but you're supposed to have two ankles. Yeehaw. So how has your day been going? Y'all know we gonna be on here shooting the breeze real for a while before we actually get to whatever it is that we gonna talk about. Cause I ain't got no subject. What y'all wanna talk about tonight? Hey Jay Awakened, how are you? Good, y'all. So I don't know if y'all seen that. See, last night I went live, and y'all didn't even know. But last night before I went live, one of my goals fell out of my mouth. One of them fell out. I ain't gonna tell you which one it is because you can't tell. I put it back in my own self with some stuff that you buy from the store. That's for like crowns and caps and stuff like that when they come out. But yeah, I fixed it with the quickness. I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened though. You have to go and watch the video for that. But yeah, I ain't even tell y'all about it last night. But I hurry up and got that together real quick. Like, and even if I wouldn't have got it together, I still would have been on here cheesing like a big dog with a little old bitty tiny tooth in the front somewhere, just cheesing from left to right with a little old tiny baby tooth. And that thing was so funny though when I finally seen it. I was, what in the world? What's going on here? Ugh. Hey, Miss Linda. Good evening. How are you doing? You are a natural beauty. Skin nice and clean. Love your hair wrap. Look good on you. Have a great night. Blessings. Miss Linda, I would say to you, may God give it back to you 10 times what you asked for from me. And I thank you very, very much for all of those beautiful comments you just said to me. Thank you so much. Raspberry Pi, how I love your eyes. You love my eyes? Well, thank you. I got to learn how to stop disagreeing with people when they give me a comment because I sure do that a lot of times. Sometimes people give you compliments and everything, and it's be like you be against the comments that they be giving you. My sister, the one, reminded me of that and told me that I be doing that. And she say, learn how to just say thank you sometimes and let that be enough. So I'm learning that. I'm learning that too. I know y'all probably think that everybody that comes on YouTube and everything, they're so they're so confident and everything and it just comes like that right there. No, I think we all, not I think, I know we all be going through life lessons as we go along, and none of us don't got it all together, because the moment you stop learning in life is the moment it's time to be up out of here. There's nothing else for you to learn. Okay, you're through. So but that is one of the things that I have issues with from time to time. Not necessarily an issue, but when you ain't used to getting compliments and stuff as you grew up or whatever, it kind of can feel like a little weird and icky sometimes when people give you compliments and stuff like that. So you have to. It's a learning lesson that come with that, and I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. And if it don't make sense to you, then ask me a question. I'll be willing to answer it. I think. You have pretty eyes. Thank you, Jay. Wait a minute. Hello from Vegas. Vegas in the house. Hey, lady like me. I'm sending love from Vegas, USA. Nice, nice, nice. I was looking at some videos from Vegas the other day. Um, I always have said that one of these days I'm gonna go to Vegas. I want to see the dancing. They still have the dancing waterfall. The dancing waterfall that be dancing to the, not a waterfall, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like the where the water dance to the music and stuff like that. Water, it's like a water fountain. I always said one of these days I'm gonna go to Vegas just so I can go over there and see that. I just think me, if y'all don't know by now, I love everything about water. Over here, I like water in the garden. I like anything to do with water. When it rain, like the rain can, if I can be on live and the rain can take away my attention from being live and everything. It just, I love water. So I've always said one of these days I'm gonna go to Vegas, and I'm going there just so I can see that water, and everything else that happens there is gonna be secondary. Yes, I'm gonna enjoy that. Had my chemotherapy today, so I'm pretty sick. So the company is so nice. Oh wow, Jay. So you had what? How many chemo sessions have you done? I know that feeling all too well. Um, to have chemo and to be sick, and especially if you had chemo on today, I can only imagine um, what you must be feeling like. So shout out to you in this, and prayers up for you in this fight that you're in. I am actually right now, this may look like an ocean spray bottle, but it's actually not. It has my soursop tea in it that I'm drinking right now. So but yeah, shout out to you. Blessings to you on your journey that you're on. Everyone is welcome here. Thank you, lady like me. Thank you. I like swimming or floating in a pool. Oh, water. It's still water. I like being in a pool too. You say you're on you're on number 8. Ooh, Jay, you beat me out because I'm only half of what I've only went half of what you've gone through. I've had 4 chemo sessions, and then a whole bunch of issues came about after that point. And so I haven't had chemo now in about 2 months, but not this week. I just had a port check. My port was checked. I just got out of the hospital yesterday, and I had my port checked, and making sure it was right. But it was not the reason that I was in the hospital. But I went to the hospital because my pancreas was giving me a lot of pain again. So basically, just there for my pancreas to be flushed out or whatever. But after having my port checked, thinking something was wrong with that, then I should I may start back doing chemo, not this week here, but the following week. So, you say you propped up on your pillows. Yeah, well, I'm glad to be the one to be talking to you or whatever. I know in my on my days of getting chemo, some days I'm able to talk on the first day, but sometimes it just takes so much energy out of you that you don't feel like talking to anybody. You don't even feel like picking up the phone. You don't even feel like having your eyes open. And that's the experience that I have when I take chemo. Are you on a if you don't mind me asking you, you can not answer any of these questions that I ask you. Okay, I have bone cancer in my ribs, stage 3. It's crippling me. Body just hurts. Jesus Christ. Hmm. Well, I'm glad to be able to sit here and talk to you. And hopefully, some of the things that I say, I hope they encourage you um, to keep going and keep moving in your situation. Because, and I know that's an up and down thing because I've only been through half of the sessions that you've been through. And hey, Matthew, I've only been through half of the sessions that you've been through, and there's been times already that I've been ready to just give it up already because I mean, if you ain't in pain when you start out, um, all of the crippling things that comes with taking chemo and everything, the tearing down of the body, and God knows there's enough people here to witness to it. So, wow, 29 and you're a fighter. Jay, let me ask you this. Throughout your life, you're 29 years old, right? And you going through this already in this time of your life. You're a lot younger. You're a lot younger than I am. Um, as a matter of fact, I have kids that are your age. Um, have you always have has your life been like it's been a fight? You feel like you've been fighting your whole life, or is this like, and I kind of know that, I kind of know, and I like feel what the answer to this question is going to be, but I feel like when someone is like faced with this right here, you've known how to fight, like you came into this world fighting. That's what I feel like. Good evening to you. Hey, Shakira. Hey, girl. How you doing? Hey, Jay. How's everyone doing tonight? Um, I just kind of feel like when I got my diagnosis, it was just like one more fight that I had to go through. Um, Jesus Christ, yes. It's my second time fighting this. I beat it once, so I can beat it again. Amen to that, Jay. Amen to that. I don't know a lot about bone cancer. I actually had an aunt that had bone cancer before. Um, and I have a cancer that from reading about it, it tells you there's only like 1% of people who make it through this kind of cancer that I have or whatever. But in my heart of heart, I believe with everything in me, cancer is not going to be what take me out. And sometimes it's hard to stay in that place. Hey, growing with Hudson. Sometimes it's hard for me to stay in that place because it's like every day I keep seeing somebody um, who didn't make it through the fight. But I believe with everything in me, I don't get up every day on a daily basis thinking that this is going to take me out. Even when I'm going through chemo, I feel like, okay, this week gonna be a bad week for me because this the week that I took chemo. But next week I'm looking forward to Being able to walk out that door, have enough strength to walk back there to my garden, even if I got to sit down 12 times before I make it there to the garden. I am gonna be on my way to get back to my garden where it gives me peace and it gives me encouragement to keep fighting another day. Where you're going to be a part of you better tell them growing with Hudson. Yes, I am. I am going to be a part of that 1% that's going to make it, and I'm going to just like I've been told before, I'm going to ring the bell and I'm going to be finished with this thing. And Jay, we gonna believe that for you as well. As well, you beat it the first time, man. It's a pleasure to have met somebody that can say, I beat this one time and here I am. I'm going back through it again. So I know I can beat this once again, once and final, you know? So my question was for you, was before this fight came along, were there other fights or other struggles that came in your life before this came that is like give you the strength to, because you know certain things that come in your life, they come there like to build your tolerance, to build your strength, you know, make you stronger in whatever it is you're gonna go through in life, point blank period. That's what I feel like. Doesn't mean it's necessarily your story, but that's how I feel about it. Jay say I love tomatoes. Oh, we got that alike now. That's my favorite thing. That is my favorite thing that I grow in my garden. I love everything that I grow in my garden pretty much, but tomatoes is my favorite. Fresh garden tomatoes is the best. Oh, by the way, my real name is Jenny. Okay, Jenny. Um, yeah, tomatoes is like my favorite thing from the garden. I don't know if you ever seen me when I cut up one of them the tomatoes and lay them out on the plate and sprinkle them with a little salt and pepper, and maybe sometimes I put a little cap or two of apple cider vinegar on the top of them. But yes, that's one of my things. And sometimes when I grow cucumbers, I love to put the put do vinegar and salt and pepper on cucumbers too, and mangoes. Yeah, my squash is on fire in the community. I seen it growing with her. So I seen it. And we had went to a restaurant in Georgia, and my grandbaby had went up to the thing, and one of my other family members was asking. She said she wanted. They had fried squash up on the thing, up on the buffet thing, and she was like, I want some of that right there. And they was like, you don't even know what that is. My granddaughter said, yes I do, that's fried squash. Well, what you know about fried squash? Hey, we know all about that fried squash over here. I remember just one time we was all trying to figure out how else can we cook these squash, what other ways we can experiment. My daughter was like, we can try frying them up. We can batter them up and then put them in there. To me, fried squash, if you've never tried it before, cut it up the same way. If you ever ate fried green tomatoes before, season it and batter it up just like that, and fry you some squash. Whew, you talking about good? Yes. Hey, Corinne. Hey, Corinne, girl, how you doing? How are you? Yes, growing with Hudson. I've been all over there. I've been all over there in your garden. I was looking at your squash, and yes, I am absolutely jealous because you know the I ain't jealous, but you know, I wish I could grow them like that. But it just seems like the squash vine boards are so horrible here. Like I can't keep them growing. I had my plants look so pretty. Um, they grew really well, but as soon as they started to grow really well, when I picked my first zucchini from off of the first one, it had a million holes inside of it, and I gave them right on to. They would never progress from being no worms because I throw them zucchini and squash right on in my chicken pen and let the chicken eat it. So oh, let's look at there. I like a slice of mozzarella on a tomato. I'm a weirdo that would get tomatoes on a pizza. No, Jay, I done heard of that. I done heard a lot of people doing that. I also done heard of people taking the tomato and you can put the tomato in the oven and put the mozzarella cheese over the top of the tomato and let it melt in the oven. I done seen that before, but I never tried that before. Never tried that before. Well, I love tomatoes. I If I make a hamburger, I love extra tomatoes on my, my burger will be dripping with juices from a tomato. I could cut up a whole tomato on a sandwich. It could be a turkey sandwich or a hamburger. It gonna have a lot of tomatoes on it though. Yes, hope all is well, Queen. Yes, high class chickens. Yep, that too. Gardeners and chicken. But what else y'all have? What else y'all have going on? Spray spray with dish detergent and water. Mix a succession plant. Um, Mix and succession plant your squash. I did that growing with Hudson. So all of my squash that was full grown, and they had the squash vine borers in it already. I already pulled all of those out, and I left the ones that I recently had planted up there, but I'm not gonna try and plant anymore. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna see what they do and then go from there. But you see, Justin, I was about to tell you something just then before whoever got to you right quick before I said anything to you. But oops, goodbye. I ain't gonna even waste my time. I ain't gonna even waste my time telling you what I was finna say to you. Cause they made you disappear, and I ain't gonna make you reappear. So, thank you, Korean. Hey, Selena. Hi. Did you get my new channel? I didn't. I didn't see that you had a new channel, but I definitely was over there when in your video with the demonic video. I was over there. I was over there. I told you I'll be in there. I be in there by the bushes. Sometimes I just don't. I don't be wanting to say nothing or whatever. Hey, Michael. But no, I didn't get the new channel, but I definitely I'll put it in my DMs. Okay then. Thank you very much. Hey, Chef. How are you? Um okay. You're gonna put it in the DMs. Yeah, I understood you. I understood. Yeah, bye, Michael. Ah. um well, Jay, uh-oh. Don't Jenny is okay. She just said that dozing off in her snuggly. She been in here talking to me for a while. That's Jenny. So she fine growing with Hudson. She just Jenny is Jay is somebody that's also going through cancer as well. So sorry for that, Jay. They don't mean no harm. Sometimes people come through here saying weird stuff, but Jay is just fine. She been in here talking to me for a good minute, trying to get in a different algorithm. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Selena. Nothing wrong with that at all. For a long time, I wasn't in anybody's algorithm. I guess I was in a world all by myself. But now I see all of these different people that I'm in the algorithm with or whatever, and I don't know. I really don't know what that means. I just come on here and I just go with the flow of whatever it is that I'm talking to, whatever we talk about in the chat. Like I don't try to come on here and um I don't try to come in here and like talk about have a I'm saying like have a plan for what it is that I'm gonna talk about or whatever. I just kind of go with the flow of whatever it is, and eventually whatever is supposed to come up and come out, it will. And that's kind of how I roll with it. So I don't know what I don't know what it really means, to be honest with you, to be in somebody's algorithm. But congratulations to you. I think though it means like you get introduced to another group of people or whatever it is. But just yeah, like you said, whatever your new whatever your new channel is, let me know what it is, because you know I'll be over there. I'll be over there. Yes, I will. Hi, Michael. I thought you was one of them ones that they just deleted from up out of here. Was you not? Yeah, Michael. They just somebody. I thought somebody just deleted you from out of here. Cause you had to go and use the bathroom and seemed like you needed direction on how to get there. I ain't sure. But anyways, um, and I wonder how long it take for you to get into a different algorithm. You have to stop associating, like talking to those people. Can you have the same people that come and support you on that page and still get out of that algorithm? Is it about what they talking, what you talk about when you come through there? Cause girl, Selena, sometimes the way people be, I just I guess I don't stick around long enough for me to actually see like all that be going on. I don't know, but I got to get out of that sector. I hear you, girl. Sometimes like I come back over there and I don't I don't understand. Like, I never see you do anything or say anything, and that ain't me saying that you don't say things or whatever, because I don't know. But you know what kind of conversations we have and stuff like that. So, I just don't, I just don't be seeing it like um, how they be coming for you and stuff the way that they be coming for you. But I guess it ain't meant for me to see, because I don't go over there and watch everything, and most of it I learned from watching D channel, and I'll be like, they coming for Selena? Like why? For what? Like what did Selena do to anybody? So but I guess then you can look at it and say too, well, what do any of these other people be on here be saying and doing? Because sometimes I see a lot of them be telling the truth about stuff, and then it's like, if you a truth teller, them the ones they be coming for you, and I guess they want to make you out to be a liar. But I still say, whatever you been doing, Selena, as long as you standing in your truth, girl, keep on standing. The ones that supposed to stick around gonna be there, and the ones that supposed to be slayed like a dragon, they gonna get slayed. Yeah. You supposed to stand in the truth and tell the truth or whatever. And if you a truth teller, they gonna try to knock you down every time anyways. Jay was timed out by Growing with Hudson for 10 seconds. What happened? Growing with Hudson, why you keep timing Jay out? Jay, I don't think she ain't doing it on purpose. I think she trying to undo it. But you all right. You'll be back in here in just a minute. Hey Mads. How you doing, girl? Talking behind the scene with most of these people is a no-no. Well, I understand that. That's why when I talk to people behind the scenes or whatever, it be strictly about me, myself, and I, and whoever it is that I'm talking to on the phone. And I don't talk to too many people behind the scenes anyways. I just don't do that. I think I probably have talked to maybe 3 or 4 people online since I've been online, like that I don't actually know in real life, or whatever. And so I try to keep it. If I'm gonna conversate about it, it's gonna be about me and them, because sometimes people don't know how to. Some people, they know how to tell the truth, but they won't tell the truth to save their soul. So it's like you just have to leave them alone. Mads, how you been doing, girl? How has things been going? Okay, Selena, I you have been heard. The ones that I do speak to, I know that they genuine people that I speak to behind the scenes. We get right to the point, and then we get off, because whatever we talking about, like, maybe like you invite me to a panel or something like that. I'm talking about that kind of, whatever we talking about behind the scenes is gonna be talked about on YouTube or whatever. So like I try not to get into that kind of stuff. But I hear what you say, Jay. If you're still listening, try and type something. Um, you're great. I'm doing just fine. I just got out of the hospital yesterday, but I'm feeling pretty good. I got nothing really to complain about, and the things that I could complain about, I can still laugh at them, and stuff like that. So, these are some godless people. Some people are okay. I know, Selena, and I don't get the most of the people who think they getting on my nerve. They come through as trolls or whatever. And to Selena, I'm telling you, over here, if there is a disrespect that you feel that's going out in there, don't 86K them, kick them all the way out. They don't get no second chance to come back and do something different. Over here, it don't it I don't I ain't finna time on my if I feel like they ain't trying to be mean or no nothing, I remove their comment. But time them out, no, they got to go. Let them go. Let them go. They can get on. Thank you very much. Thank y'all. I feel like I'm still having cuz what it was my pancreas started acting up again. Um and so it was giving me severe pains, but this time my LaPace numbers were not up. Um they weren't up. And so, and Selena, I don't know what that causes either, when you be deleting, like when you ban people from your channel or whatever. But guess what, I don't even care. I've been alone by myself for a very long time. And so when somebody don't respect me, and I have not disrespected them, I don't care nothing about if I don't ever see them again, period. Goodbye, good riddance. um but I went to the hospital for my pancreas acting up the other day, and the pain was back like it was when I went the first time and the second time, and so that's what I went back for. And they put you in the hospital and put you on the IV fluids, and they manage the pain. Um, so I'm only taking pain medicine one time a day, so I feel like I'm doing good. And though I say it looked like I'm drinking ocean spray, I'm not drinking ocean spray. This is my sour sop tea. Um, and I make this every other day. And hey, brown eyes. Hey, girl, how you doing? I drink this. I make it in this jug. Every other day, and I drink half of it. I drink half of it in a day, so it equals to like maybe a cup or whatever. But yes, I am drinking my sour sop tea. No sugar, no honey, just plain old sour sop leaves, boiled, and there you go. Right there. Um, but yes, I am drinking my tea. Girl, also me and my best friend, we went to a local concert, and the screen showed an upside down cross when it began, and we booked it. Hey, I know that's right. It's time to, hey, what? It's just like Color Purple when he shut down that piano. Well, time to go. Hey, I know that's right, girl. Oh no. Oh no. Child, please. Child, these people are so crazy. Thank you, Selena. I seen it already. I seen it come through already. It just showed me. It looks very delicious. You started drinking yours too. Go ahead, brown eyes. I drink mine every day, just about every day. Yep. No, you know what? That's like the second person that came in. I like and subscribe, and you're funny. Thanks, Keegan. Thank you for coming through. That's the second person that came through and called me ain't your mama. You're right. I'm not your mama. I'm not your mama. But then I'm not gonna be offended because you called me Ancient Mama. Ancient Mama was on the shelves and stoves for years and years and years, and your mammy came through and picked it up and brought it home and poured it out on the syrup, on your pancakes. So I could be Ain't Your Mammy all you want to. That's the way I see it for that. A lot of people love to make jokes about Ain't Your Mammy, but your mammy was in there picking her up off the shelf and taking her home and putting them in your cabinet. So she was good enough to pour across your syrup, your pancakes and your waffles. So I'll be your ain't your mammy, cause I ain't your mammy. You child, please. These people, sometimes I gotta think it got these. Some of these people have to be like your little kids that probably should be in bed, but they done stole one of your devices and they up under the cover hiding and typing stuff like that. Cause it can't be growing. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. Okay, Jay back. I keep falling asleep. I like the company. That's fine, Jay. I know how that is. When you going through chemo and everything, it's hard to keep your eyes open. And I got other people that come through here just to listen to the sound of my voice and to put them to sleep. So that's fine. Ha ha ha. I thought that's what you were gonna say. Yeah, is you crazy? No, I ain't crazy. I'm not crazy by a long shot. But I can get there. I've been known. A couple of people done thought I was crazy for real. Crazy for real. And it's funny that you would even say that, Hurricane, because once before, uh, doctors, one doctor, labeled me as schizophrenic, and I know that it's not true, but it's definitely somewhere on my paperwork saying that I'm schizophrenic, and I'm not schizophrenic by a long shot. Maybe that's what they thought that they were seeing at the time or whatever. Um, but that's a story that I already talked about on here before. And if you want to know about it, it's like a story about somebody using what they call roots, black magic, and all of that stuff on you. They said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Didn't mean that the weapons wouldn't be formed, but they clearly did not work. Clearly did not work. So I have a lot of stories on here of a lot of things that happened to me. And I don't mind being asked about any of those things. Actually, I've been over to Selena, and me and her talked about it before. So yeah, I done been through some things before in my life, but yeah, that didn't work. And when we were leaving, I had seen the woman at the bar turn around and start running out and said, "Oh Lord!" And we looked at each other. She said, "Y'all running too?" And we booked it with this stranger. I know that's right. Don't waste no time. No time at all. You knew you was in the wrong place right then at that point. Soon as that came through. Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I've been through a whole bunch of things in my life before. And the thing is when that part of my life happened to me, I knew and I felt the inside of me that somebody did something to me, but I was embarrassed because I was taught that when I grow up, if you believe in Jesus, then none of those things could happen to you. And they could actually happen to you, but will it win? Absolutely not. But I'm gonna tell you that I told people about it from my hometown where I was from, just to tell you like a little bit of the story, because that's my favorite thing to do is do story time about things that happened in my life. But back home from where I'm from, I told maybe like three people there that I believe that this guy had used roots on me. But then when I moved here to Orlando, I never told anybody about it. And I went and visit. I went to this church one time, and the name of the church is called Power, Praise, and Deliverance. I went to this church, and it was on Easter Day. When somebody said to me that they see the spirit of witchcraft all around me, and they see God putting the candles out one by one. So, when I would say it before, I would say it as if it was like a joke, because I didn't want people to think that I was crazy. But when this lady said that to me, I knew that it was confirmation of what I thought all along. So, that's just a little bit of the story. You have to go and get the rest of the story to know everything else that happened around it. It's okay, Hudson. You just protecting Tashanna. You're the best for that. Oh, that's so sweet. Jay, you don't even know how many people would go nuts and be mad at the moderator or whatever, cause she really is. She know that the trolls be coming through here and they be doing the most. Cause she has her own channel too, so she already know what people come through here and be about. So I be hoping that people understand sometimes that when they come through that they don't always be you know they don't always be coming for you. They just be trying to weed out the foolishness, because sometimes they come through and then they distract from the conversation that you're having, or what you're trying to accomplish. But me, I be all over the place over here. I don't never stick with one conversation unless the chat continues to talk about that same conversation. I bounce from one thing to the next one, because that's really how I communicate in real life. If I'm on the phone with somebody, you can ask anybody who talked to me on the phone. We don't stay on one subject for too long. We be bouncing all over the place and getting right down to it. And sometimes I get on the phone with people and I know that there's a purpose for me talking to them on the phone. And sometimes the stuff we be talking about in the beginning, it just be things we be shooting the breeze on, and then we finally get to the core of what the conversation is supposed to be about. And that's kind of how we roll over here on my channel. So it's like we don't stick with one thing or whatever. It's like I talk to the people here in the chat, and then whatever they come up with, they ain't nasty. You see how I could just catch that? They ain't nasty enough for you to stay yourself over here and keep on watching, is it? And I'm right up to the camera, so you must like what you had seen. Must have liked it. Anyway, it's a no. Yeah. So that's what my moderator said. It's a no. Go on, get the hell on. That's what my moderator said. Anyways, I don't know. These trolls is a mess. So, oh my goodness. Wait a minute, Hurricane. Wait a minute, Hurricane. Like someone cast a spell on you? Absolutely. Okay. That happened to me once. Hurricane, do tell. What happened? I can't believe that I'm telling you about my story, and then you have a story. Then you have a story that's similar. You've been through something like that. Oh my goodness. Really, she does. Can I follow you? Absolutely. A lot. Most of my moderators that you see in here, they do have channels, Growing with Hudson has a channel that she's about growing. You already said, Jay, that you love tomatoes and things like that. Go over there and check her out because she grow a whole bunch of different things over there. Selena has all kinds of conversations. She actually has a couch that she'll let you come over on and sit on her couch and talk to her about the things that you're going through in life and everything. So that's another good one there, and it's just Selena. But she also got another channel that she got going on and everything. So you know, look my moderators up. They do have channels over here. I know that's right. Tell them don't hate Hurricane. Don't do that. Uh, Carrie Dustin Wars. Wait a minute. What you want me to wait for, Carrie Dust? Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Carrie and Dust said, "Wait a minute." I was wondering what Carrie wanted me to wait a minute for. Don't come with no foolishness, cause you know my people. Yeah, I was muted because I was talking to one of my kids. So, um, that's so cool. You have good people on your stream. Yes. And now, Jenny, you one of them. You one of the good people. Chicken keeper, what's up? What's up with you? I'm a chicken keeper too. You keep chickens for real? Raspberry pie. Yeah, I was muted. Um, but yeah, I'm waiting on Hurricane to answer to tell us a little something about um the same thing happening to them. You know, I was on here telling about some of the things that happened to me. But you know, I got a whole bunch of stories and stuff of things that happened to me. Chicken keeper, I asked you, do you keep chickens for real? I'm a chicken keeper. I got chickens too. And you ain't got to worry about them eggs that they get that ain't coming to the store or is coming to the store and something might be wrong with them. Cheers, sour salt tea. Not the cranberry juice that's on the side of it. It's sour salt tea. But yeah, Jenny, I have they just recalled 1.7 million brown eggs. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of that's a lot of money. I do. That's a lot of eggs. Is sour salt like a fruit? Yes, it is actually a fruit. The fruit and the leaves that grow on a soursop tree. Um, Read about it, Jay. Um, there's a lot of benefits in it for people like me and you, cancer patients. So since I haven't been on chemo for the 2 months, I've been drinking the soursop tea. It is known to be a killer of cancer. Um, and it also fights a lot of other different things. You just have to go and read up about it. But I have a tree. I have my own tree here in my yard that had been here. It been here for 3 years prior to me learning that I had cancer. And then once all of my subscribers knew that I had a soursop tree, they was like, "Girl, get to it really quick. Go and look up, go and read about it." You know, Growing with Hudson was the first one to tell me to get some leaves off of that tree and go and make some tea. So, and at the time I was like, I ain't finna, I don't even like tea. But I was, at that time, I was not diagnosed with cancer, Jay. Um, Thank you very much. Um, I was not um diagnosed with cancer at the time. When Growing with Hudson told me to get those the leaves from off of there. But I went and pulled the leaves off of there, and I was gonna throw the leaves in the garbage because they just sat around for a while. They sat around for so long that they dried out. Only to find out you should let them dry out and then you boil them to make your tea with them after they dried out. So they was there sitting, waiting on the perfect timing for me to boil them and make a pot of tea with them. And that's just what I did. And even when I started out, you know, the people on YouTube helped me out too. When I got honey, but it wasn't organic honey. So people were letting me know, no, you using the wrong kind of honey. If you're gonna use honey, you need to use an organic honey, probably with the cone inside of it, with none of the extra stuff just added to it. It just needs to be plain old honey. So I stopped using that honey. I let my kids finish eating that honey right there, you know, with their biscuits or they whatever, you know, they gonna eat it with. And then I tried it with brown sugar one time, and then they was like, "No, try it without anything in it. Just drink the soursop tea." And so ever since I tried it like that, then I've been drinking it that way. This tea has nothing in it. This is nothing but leaves, boiled inside of purified water, and that's it. And that's my soursop tea. And I'm believing every fiber of my being that the next time I have an MRI, because so far with me doing the four chemo sessions that I did, um, it was showing no signs. My cancer was showing no signs of shrinkage, from what my doctor told me. So, I supposed to have an MRI done at the end of this month. So I'm hoping that when I get that MRI, it's going to show that there's some shrinkage. That's what I'm believing. Do And let me go back, Draco. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for being here, showing your support. Jay, I'm getting pressured to gain weight. I'm 87 pounds. Sucks. Just been getting so sick. I do like green tea though. Soursop sounds so refreshing. Jay, what I can say to you is it to me it tastes just like any other tea you drink. It do got a little bit of a different taste, but I don't like tea anyways. Tea is not something that I would go to the store and pick out. I just don't like tea or whatever. But I'm learning to like this tea right here and to see what health benefits that it's gonna have for me. Um and whatever. And Jay, I'm gonna say this to you. We on two different ends of the spectrum. Before I found out that I had cancer, I had lost 130 pounds. Well, you know, along with cancer comes steroids. They give you steroids. I'm pretty sure they giving them to you because it seemed like a part of everybody's chemotherapy that be around me in chemo. But um as soon as I stopped getting chemotherapy for these past 2 months, I started to gain weight. And of course, they still was giving me steroids. So the last time I had steroids was a month ago. Um, And I think so far, since I have not been taking chemo, I have gained mm, about 17 pounds, I think it was. But to me, I'm like, it is what it is. Of course, I'm going to gain weight. I now have an appetite, and I'm not taking chemo where it was when I was on chemo. Um, I was losing 10 pounds a week, which was going very, very fast. Which was going very, very fast for me. And one thing, I've always been like a bigger person or whatever. And the last thing I want to do is start losing weight so fast that your your face and stuff can't even catch up with it. I don't want to be a sickly looking person or whatever. Whatever that is. But I'm also like too. Whatever it is, what is for me is for me. Whatever I'm going through, I'm gonna go through in this process. I just ask God to give me the strength to do whatever it is that I'm supposed to do, and that's all. I'm like a gauze marshmallow because I keep getting radiation and chemo, just feeling like a bad sunburn. That's see that I haven't I've never had radiation before. They didn't make that a part of my therapy. I know they said that it was a possibility that I could, but yeah, I haven't had that experience in it, and I don't know much about it. I haven't looked it up. I'm not looking forward to having it. Yeah. Jay, you got yeah, I'm just going to continue to pray for your strength because you've already been through this before. And I know your testimony from before, from where you have won, is already showing up. And, when you don't want to fight no more, you have a testimony that's already there that can show you, prove, and tell you how to make it through this fight the same way you made it through the first one. Same way. What's moringa? Okay, now we gonna have to get. I've heard of the moringa tree before, and I heard that it has a lot of health benefits to it too. But I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Absolutely, you will beat it again, too, Jay. And we want to hear your testimony over here from time to time. And if this is where you have to come and sometimes get encouragement, we also have people that come through here all the time that come through and drop some prayers and stuff like that right there. Um, and not only do they just pray for us ones that's going through cancer, they pray for everybody that be in the chat. So, just, from time to time, if you feel like it, all you're going to do is turn it on and just listen to what we got to say over here. We have good conversation like that all the time. Hey, Deal's mom. Hey, Darcy, how you doing? How's your ankles? Um, I'm currently right now, I have no swelling at all in my ankles, but I did kind of get I have been watching them. I ain't want to say that I've been kind of worried because I ain't been worried like that. But you know how once it happened one time, like you be paying attention to make sure like it ain't happening again. So since if I say when you have pain in your pancreas and you go to the hospital, the way they treat the pain in your pancreas is by putting you on fluids to cleanse it out or whatever. Um, and so of course while I was there, I can't even keep count of how many bags of fluid they gave me this time while I was in the hospital. But what I am doing is I'm just paying attention daily, and so far so good that I'm not having any swelling in my ankles. And if I do, Darcy, you already know I'm gonna show y'all. Look at my ankles, y'all. But listen, I told y'all even this time when I was in the hospital, um, the hospital would not even give me wouldn't give me insulin because my numbers weren't high. They were staying in like 126, 150, 152, 86, 92. Yeah, they just kept sticking my finger all day long and checking, but they wouldn't give me. They gave me insulin twice. And one of the times I know for sure they gave me the insulin and I had just eaten. So she's supposed to check it before I eat, not after I ate the food. So she checked it right after I had eaten, and so she only gave me 1 unit of insulin, so that's not that much of anything, but you know. But yeah, that is great. How about your sleep? Ooh, yesterday was like touchy. Like um not yesterday, but last night was kind of touchy. Like I slept a little bit, but then I was having like anxiety. I kept waking up and having like feelings of anxiety. But I changed around some things to see if those things were causing my anxiety, and I'm gonna see how things go tonight. So I don't know. It just be like an up and down battle. And the thing is, Darcy, too, I have medicine. I have medicine that can take like the edge off of it, because I know probably about 6 months ago I was having another issue where I would be on live like 3 o'clock in the morning, till the sun coming back up and everything. I wasn't getting any sleep, so I was prescribed something back then, and that was even before I found out that I was before I was diagnosed with cancer. But so I have medication for it, but I'm not a person that I don't like to take medicine. I don't like to take medicine. I'm not a fan of it. So yeah, I sometimes I will suffer with it until or I would just talk about it, and sometimes me talking about it help me make it through it. But to take medicine for it, I don't. But if I feel like I got to a point where I just have to take medicine for it, I will. Now that situation when we was in the hospital, when we was in the hospital and I laid my head back on that pillow, literally, I don't know if I told y'all about this last night. I know I told y'all, but I wasn't trying to get deep into no conversations last night because I didn't want to stay on live long at all last night. But literally, she came in and she gave me Dilaudid. That's what they was giving me for pain. She gave me the Dilaudid, and then there was this other drug called Reglan or something like that. But it's for like nausea, vomiting, and stuff like that. So she gave the medicine, and literally it was just like this. I lay because I know a lot of people probably ain't had Dilaudid, and it's not like the best thing ever. But when I'm going through this kind of pain, morphine sometimes does not work for me. But I've had morphine and it worked for 6 minutes. And this time when I was in the hospital, they gave me morphine. It worked for exactly 1 minute. 1 minute, and the pain was right back. So she gave me this Dilaudid and the Reglan, and then I literally, because Dilaudid does this thing to you where it make you feel like you can feel, for lack of better words, the high that comes off of it or whatever. So it's like you zoned out or whatever for a second, and it's like I went to lay my head back like this right here, and I laid my head back, and I must have had my eyes sleep for what it feels like, maybe a minute or two, maybe. But it was long enough for the nurse to give me the medicine and for her to leave out of the room. I lay my head back, and as fast as I can lay my head back, it feel like I drifted off to sleep for a minute, and then I sat up. And when I sat up, I just felt like, oh my God, oh my God, something's happening to me. It almost felt like you woke up to somebody screaming and yelling that the house was on fire and there was no way. Honey, they had me hooked up um, to the IV, and they had me hooked up to a heart monitor. I had stuff stuck all over me, and y'all know I finally took my bandage off of my I took my bandage off of my port today. Um and they had me hooked to a heart monitor, and the oxygen thing on your finger. Child jumped up from there, and I started put, because it had so many leads that was stuck to me, like my chest and my stomach and stuff like that. So I was like, it's too many things on me to be trying to pull that stuff out. I snatched the whole thing from out of the machine, and I grabbed that pole to that IV thing, and I went and opened my door. And they had me in one of those rooms that had that, they call it a zero pressure room, because like they was out of rooms, and they was waiting on other rooms to be done, but they had me like in a zero pressure room. And the zero pressure room is like a room where they put people who have airborne diseases and stuff like that. They put it in that room because the air from that room is not shared with the rest of the hospital. It's like that air from in that room, it got its own vent or whatever like that. But anyway, so you ain't allowed to have the door open in that room because the alarm will keep setting off. But I wasn't in there for none of that right there. And so but it still doesn't stop the alarm from going off. But anyways, child, I ran out in that hallway, and I stood there, and the other nurses and stuff was like trying to help me, but then they had went off, because they put my, what you call it, my recliner out into the hallway. One doctor was walking towards me, and she asked me, am I okay? And usually I'll be like, yeah, I'm okay, not being 100% honest. But I was honest with her, and I told her, no, I'm not okay. And from me telling her that I'm not okay, she instantly went to work to find me a different room, to put me in an area that I felt more comfortable, actually put me in a place where I was able to fall asleep and get some sort of rest or whatever. And then ultimately she found me another room to go in, point blank period. So, you know, it still worked itself out. But yes, it was a trip. And yes, Dilaudid is a lovely it is a lovely thing, but it's also a narcotic. um that D medicine, girl, I can see how people get hooked on that. When I was sick, that was the only thing that took the pain. Yes, and then you had that diverticulitis, is I think what you had, because that's what people was thinking that I had. Somebody said that they thought that that's what I had when my process first started out, and mine actually ended up being pancreatitis that they thought in the beginning. But yeah, I hear those symptoms are very similar to each other, and it is just as painful as the other. So yes, that's what worked for me. That, and it was one other one that they was giving to me that was working, but it didn't work. I think it was tramadol, was the other one. But yeah, it didn't work as well as the Dilaudid did. I do take some THC drops. They're 100% THC, and I love them. 2 drops, and I'm all right then, Jay. If it's working for you, go ahead. If it help you get rest and stuff like that, sometimes you have to see. Prior to all of this happening, like I think now it's like I never did no drops or no nothing like that, but I used to do the real deal about a year and a half ago. So I haven't been too far removed from it, and some of the things that I was going through, it helped me like be calm and through some of the things, think a little bit different than what I used to, because sometimes my thoughts can be very erratic and tell me to do the wrong things or whatever. It helped to slow down that, and now like I'm away from any of that right there and everything, and I think differently. I feel like my mind is renewed now. I'm not willing to have no long drawn arguments with nobody, no none of that stuff like that right there. But yeah, I understand. Jay, wish I was closer. I would bring you some. Hope you find a solution soon. Absolutely. Jay, where do you purchase? Yeah. So I just can't, like right now, like they send you home, and I don't sometimes, like you can get all of that stuff in the hospital, but it's this one thing that prescribe prescribe for you, and it almost make you scary to even say that you get that kind of help or whatever, because you have people that be seeking this stuff out or whatever, that they be so hard up for it that they be willing to knock you over the head and stuff to be able to get it or whatever. So it's like, but I don't like medicine, and I don't share too much of nothing from that. But y'all that understand, y'all know what's up. I ain't saying it, but I never smoked, but I was in so much pain. I tried the edibles and THC, and they do help me sleep. Well, I'm not a person that's necessarily against that, and I'll tell you why I ain't against it, because it grows naturally. It grows naturally in the world. There are seeds that come from it. If you drop a seed on the ground, it's gonna grow. And that's not something that's man made. I don't think they can ever eradicate it in the world. It's a seed that was put here, and it's just, sometimes we can take things that's really good and does good in the world, and we can take it and use it in a way that we ain't supposed to use it in, that makes it look like it's the worst thing ever. So, you know, yeah, I'm not a person that and I'm not saying that I'm absolutely right, but I know what it did for me while I was using it, and I didn't care what nobody else said about it. Um, while I was using it, it is what it is. I got videos on here where I was telling people, yeah, that's what I do. I smoke time from time. It wasn't something that I did every day, all day, or no nothing like that right there, but I did. Um, so it's not something that I would necessarily tell somebody. And two, um, the way I roll and the way my relationship is set up with God is, if God don't convict me for what it is that I'm doing, then ain't no man gonna convict me either and make me hide under no rock, because anything that I do or any way that I move, man ain't got no heaven nor hell to put me in, and everything the man that do got control of it. He can see everything that I do, so it ain't no running from him. So I ain't gonna run from nobody about the things that I do and how I move in real life. So I say, if it works for you, um, do what you must do. I'm about to head out, but glad to see that you don't look like what you are going through. Amen to that. Amen to that. We're claiming healing. Everyone going through something. Blessings. Please keep your head up. Amen to that. And thank you, Growing with Hudson, and tenfold to you. You already know. Thank you very much, love. What I said, do you have bird feeders? Um, I did have a bird feeder up, but we were feeding the squirrel more than we was feeding the birds, so we took them down. We took them down. And those of y'all who know, don't forget to go over there and check Growing with Hudson out. Um, on her channel. She has a gardening channel, and she does a lot of medicinal things. I grow mostly food and stuff over there. I go on over there and watch her. She got every seed in the world, I think. But she's more she's not more into medicinal things. She just got a collection of medicinal things. I don't grow medicinal things. At least I don't think. Sometimes I got stuff in my yard that I don't even know that I have that is medicinal, and I have no clue of what I have until somebody let me know. I just like to grow stuff. That's what I do, and I love to grow the stuff that I get from out of the grocery store. But Darcy, why you ask? Do I got a bird feeder? It got bud seeds in it. Not bird seeds, but bud seeds. Do it got that in it? I don't know. I'm asking. You got a bunch of what? Bird seeds? You got the bird or the buds? Which one? I'm trying to get clarity here. I remember one time we had bird feeders here in Wisconsin. We don't have any in the winter. Darcy, what you don't have any of? I don't know what you're talking about, girl. uh, yeah, but yeah, anytime you put bird feeders up around here, the squirrels know how to climb up the string or climb down the string, and then they eat all the food from out of there. It's just like they don't get enough, cause they be But I went out there today. The squirrels over here just get on my last nerve. Really, they do. I be trying to be, like one with them or whatever, but they be going out there digging up, tearing up stuff all the time, and I'm just so irritated with them sometimes. Maybe I gotta figure out a way like to wrap something around my things to stop the squirrels and stuff from getting into them. But I went out there and they dug up one of my sweet potato vines. And though I have several of them, I don't care. When I plant something, I'm looking for a harvest to come from and not them to tear it up or whatever. But anyways, but come spring, the noise from birds is loud. Oh yeah. Ooh, excuse me. I'm yarning. Jay, you must be over there yarning. You know they say yarning is contagious. So, um, but come spring noise. So you saying you ain't got no birds right now? Yeah. If you be in a cool place, then yeah, the birds tend to move away from that place. They probably all over here in Florida. They all over here in Florida, flying around where it's hot as hell over here. It is hot over here in Florida. Very hot. It's so fun to watch them. Yeah, my husband used to love to watch birds, and birds be so comfortable with him. Like they come up real close to him. We had a canary that he'll come and sit on the porch, the railing of the porch, and sit right in front of you, and it's like he communicating with you. And one time he was bringing his partner with him. They both come up on the thing. So then my husband started like leaving like little pieces of bird feed right there sitting on the rail, and they would come while we sitting out there and come and eat the stuff off the rail, because like they know we don't cause them no harm. And now what they do is those same canaries, they be right there getting food from out of the chicken pen. One of them got into the chicken pen one time, and didn't know how to get out of there. My daughter went and caught him from out of the chicken pen and freed him, so he can get out of the chicken pen. But yeah, little bitty things. God knows when they fall. Yeah. The temps here. Whew, child, I think the day the temperatures was like 95 somewhere like that, but it be close to the hundreds on a day to day basis around this thing. And I be thanking God for the rain that come through and fall from time to time, because when the rain come, that means it's gonna cool down just a little bit when it comes. So yes, it is extremely hot. It makes it almost impossible for you to go out there. And you already know that I'm not. When you have cancer, they advise you not to be out in the sun and stuff like that, because this can burn your skin up like no tomorrow or whatever. So um, I still go outside, but I choose places like in the cool shade to sit down, because sometimes I can position my big old umbrella and it still is not good enough for the places that I want to. And still, like, I feel like I got the energy that I can pick up the umbrella itself by itself, but I still have not gained like my energy to like be lifting stuff up that's like 25 pounds and heavier. And I don't know if even supposed to be picking up stuff like that, especially when you got a port inside of your chest or whatever like that. I need some more stuff that I need to do some research on. I know when I first got the port put in, the instructions that they give to you is to not lift anything that is 10 pounds right after for 6 weeks after you got the port put in. So after that point, I don't know. So I went that time without lifting something that's more than 10 pounds up. But just the thought of trying to pick up the weight that goes at the bottom of the umbrella thing is like scary, because then when you try to strain and pick it up or whatever, it almost feel like you're gonna strain something. This, yeah, I just can't even explain it, but it feels scary. So I could never handle your heat and humidity. You are brave. Hey, Elliot. And I always said that one of these days I want to move to a place that is snow. My sister say, "Girl, are you crazy?" She said, sometimes you get snowed in or whatever. If I'm snowed in, like with my kids and my family and stuff, thank you. If I get snowed in with like my family or something like that, then I would be okay with being snowed in. If I was snowed in by my own self, then that might be a whole nother problem. But I'd rather be cold than to be hot. And when I tell you, I've been in Florida so long, all of my life, I get sick of this heat. I really do. No, Darcy. Not even close to it. I think it snowed one time here in Florida back in 1976, I think it was. And I don't think it ever did it again. Now, have we had gotten to places where we had some flurries? Yeah, we had some flurries one time, but that's as close as it's gonna get to snow. I know in Wisconsin, you getting some snow, plenty of it. Yeah, but no, we ain't getting no snow. We ain't getting no snow here in Florida. I needed to make a trip to Georgia when it started snowing there. I was like, this is a good time to go to Georgia. I go there and get some, see the snow. I've never been in snow that I can remember in my life. Hey, Draco again. I've never been in snow like that in my life, so I actually um, I want to have the experience of being in snow one of these days. Thank you very much. Do you support ice? I do. What that is, Wars? Read out loud. Would you rather see a tree grow or your Negro? I would rather see a tree grow. I grow trees all the time. Lord have mercy. Worse, why is your mind blown right now? I'm asking you a question. You came in here and asked me about something that I don't have the full understanding of. Um, so I'm asking you what is that? I don't have the full understanding of that, so I can't possibly answer you completely if I don't understand it. That's how we roll over here. I'm not gonna pretend with you like I understand everything that's going on with that situation. I don't necessarily know what that is. So if you explain it, I was looking at Hudson's page. She grew carrots from seeds. Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out my brother Nick. Girl, it's his birthday today. All right. I don't know him. How's life? Pretty good, Vlad. I'm happy, Draco. Yeah, but anywho, no, we don't get no snow over here in this place. But we get lots of heat. If you tired of the snow, in places where it snows at a whole lot, then Florida is your place. You may come here and you be like, Florida is expensive as I don't know what, but to us, you know, it's regular, it's regular smuggler. Where's what you saying please for? Come over here to Florida. You know, if you getting tired of the snow in the place that you're in or whatever, maybe we can switch up places or something like that. You know, one of these days I'm gonna get to experience snow. It seems like I always travel and go to places when it's just as hot there as it is here in Florida, and I got to stop doing it. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta be able to run into me some snow. Florida nice. I've been out there for vacation. Well, good, good, good. What part did you visit, Draco? Shout out my brother Nick, girl. Wars, I don't know who your brother Nick is now. If you ask me to shout you out for yours, then I might do that because you up in here. But I'm gonna say this: Happy birthday to your brother. Happy birthday. Your mind blown once again. See, Warris, I think you about ready to start trolling and everything. And see, I could be a troll too, but I'm a troll that you can see. See, I'm like a sour patch kid. First, I'm sweet and I'm very nice, and then I can turn very, very sour. You know, and if you're not a troll, then I would apologize for thinking that you're a troll. But you have to be in my shoes for a little while to know that all night long you have people when you on here just having regular conversations, you know, shooting the breeze with your people. You have people that come over and, you know, try to say little things or whatever to get you off your game or whatever like that. And I'm always on the lookout. Always. But Darcy, you asked, am I getting tired? I bet Walrus looks like a walrus. I don't know. Here's my wish. I'd like to have coffee at the breakfast table with you and chat it up. All right, Darcy. That's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable. That sounds like something that's right up my alley like that. People say I have like an old soul. I love nothing more than I my dream is to have a nice big porch. See, cause I ain't 50 yet. I'm almost there, right? So my dream is to one day have like this nice big porch with some rocking chairs on it, to be able to sit on the porch and just sit out there and talk to people, and rock in your chair and to drink a couple of cups of coffee or whatever it is, whatever you sip on. It can even be wine. You know what? So, you know, I'm willing to sit there and chill. Absolutely. Yeah, me and the family went to Orlando for a wonderful time. It was nice. Well, Draco, see you. This what I'm talking about. I just said maybe we can trade places. See, I live in Orlando, Florida. So to me, this is not vacation over here. All of my family that comes around and everything, everybody wants to come here to Orlando and stay in Orlando. And I'm like, no, I don't want to stay here in Orlando. I'm trying to come and vacation where you are, but everybody wants to come here. Even my family is planning to do something here in Orlando for vacation. But I understand why they planning to do vacation. They planning to do Christmas here in Orlando this year. It's because me being diagnosed with cancer, and there's a possibility that I may be having chemo around that time. So they trying to move in a way to make sure that whatever is happening, that I'm always able to be a part of it. Even if somebody has to drive me around, I can be there to the family functions and all of that good stuff. So I appreciate them for that. Oh hell no, Darcy. Oh, you almost got me there, Darcy. You said I was finna get excited. You say you'll bring the snow, and then you put deal at the end of it. Girl, no. Deal. You gotta find Deal a babysitter. You gotta find Deal a babysitter. No way. No. Child. Do you make tea? This tea right here. This tea in an ocean spray bottle is soursop tea. Um, do you make tea? Yeah, OMG, you so pretty little pretty light girl. Hey Livy and friends. I love blue cheese mixed with 90-year-old milk. Well, hell, ain't that what cheese is, Morris? Old milk. I don't know. I don't know, but yes, Darcy, to answer your question, I am getting tired and I'm finna get ready to go to bed and get me some rest, and then I will see you all good people tomorrow. I appreciate you all. I'm sorry for your loss, Wars. um Thank you all for joining Life with Tashanna, where life is like a box of chocolate over here. You never know what you're gonna get. And over here as well, we are known as the high class gardeners. Um, and the high class gardener just means that we make sure we're growing outside in the yard at all times and we growing on the inside. And if you would like to become a high class gardener, all you need to do is hit that like button and subscribe, and you can be a high class gardener too. My garden, I always say my garden is a direct manifestation of the things that are happening in my life. And right now, everything is coming up green in my life. So, regardless of where I am and what I'm going through in life, everything is coming up green in my life. So, um, everything that means everything is going okay in my book. I'm from Orlando, Florida. Well, I'm not from Orlando, Florida, but that's where I am currently right now, in Orlando, Florida. So, but good night to you, Darcy, and good night, Jay, and may you have the best sleep tonight. You very welcome, Jay. You very welcome. I appreciate you for coming over here and joining in the conversation with us, and hopefully you'll be here to so you we can ask you questions from time to time. As we go through things, because I will be not this week coming up, but the week after it, I will possibly be going back to start back doing chemo again, and ain't no telling what kind of questions I have to have. I will have, but I do come on and I share every time, like I go to the doctor. What my experience was like when, you just have to go and look at some of my shorts and things like that. I put a lot of that stuff up under my shorts and everything. But like I said, life over here is like a box of chocolate. This is life with Tashanna. You just never know what you're going to go through. But whatever I'm going through in life over here, that's what we're going to talk about a little bit about. And sometimes I just be interested in what other people are going through in life, and that's what we talk about. So, um, well, have a good night, sweet dreams. Thanks, James. You do the same. Take it one day at a time. Absolutely. And sometimes, um, it's not even about taking a day at a time. James, have you ever been in a situation before where you had to take it 1 minute at a time or second by second? I have definitely been in those situations where I can't even go, where I got to take it one day at a time, because sometimes the day is more than I can handle. I just got to go minute by minute or second by second, just as long as I can just hang on for the next second. Everything gonna be all right in a little. So then you understand what I'm saying. But James, I thank you for saying that. Hey, I think it's Ida Smith. Um, mom had your mom had brain cancer. Lord have mercy. Well, then possibly you got. There's a lot that you can contribute to the conversation, even if it's not like deep or whatever. But sometimes when people, you've had that experience in life. See, I have a lot of kids that are going through this experience with them, and I don't necessarily know, because just as well as I need things as I go through, my kids also need things, but I don't understand that. And with you having a mom that had brain cancer, there is some things, not saying that you were a kid as your mom went through that, but there is some things that you understand as like maybe you being an adult, whatever age you are, I don't know what age you are, because like maybe you can answer some questions as to what goes on in a kid's belonging to a parent that has cancer. Just sometimes we have questions. You know what I'm saying, James? And you know what it's like to have a parent that has cancer. The only difference is some of my kids are not up in age. My youngest right now that I'm raising is 5 years old, and I still have a 12, a 13, and a 16-year old. But I have 14 children total. Um, that's taking this journey along with me, whether here in body or whatever. They still my kids, and they having to live this thing. So sometimes I may have a question or two for you over here. You know, so we love to keep people around that got some information that we can possibly ask questions and get some answers from. So yes, she's up there. I was 37 when she left. Wow. Yeah. And no, and I don't care how old you get, you ain't never looking for that kind of situation. I don't necessarily have them tonight, James. I'm just saying, in the future, like about those things. Sometimes I throw questions out there in shorts and things like that right there. And you may be able to chime in and see, Warris, I knew you were gonna turn out to be I was just waiting on you to turn out to be the asshole that I thought you was. And there you go. Now you finally got your ticket to get on up, get the hell on, and go on about your business. And going back to it, Jenny already had said she bet Warris looks like a Warris. So there you go. You just stayed around long enough until you can act up and show out. So yeah. But yeah, I don't have I don't have the questions right now, James, but you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna come up. I already have my kids into counseling and everything, and so you know, but sometimes if you ain't never lived it, you don't know how to tell anybody anything. Sometimes when you walk in it, you have a different wisdom that people who um who think they know about it, um, but never walked a mile in those shoes. So, hey, TT. Hey, was just scrolling and glad I caught you live, Tashanna. Yeah, I was getting. We getting ready. I already done said thanks for coming over here. Life is like a box of chocolate. I already done went through all of that, but then somebody else came through here, and I just don't. I when I see it, then I don't. I can't ignore it. I keep on talking. Well, when you do, I am always on here. Okay. All right, then, James. I appreciate you for making yourself available whenever we got questions and everything. But you all have an amazing night. And until I don't know what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow night, but we'll see. If I got it in me to come back and do another live tomorrow, y'all. But y'all have an amazing night. And yeah, I'm glad I fixed it too, TT. Yes, I fixed it. I ain't on here with that little old bitty tooth showing. Cause that thing was showing little. It was little, itsy bitsy. Yeah. So, hey Marjorie, where you been hiding in the bushes? But I will see y'all tomorrow sometime, whether it's through the shorts or whether I come on and go live tomorrow. Love y'all. Y'all have an amazing night and keep growing.